this thing on? Oh, okay, I guess it's working. Hello, greetings YouTube. My name is Wildas, aka Jason, and I'm a new Transformer reviewer. Never done anything like this before. To be honest, I'm fighting my stage fright to do this, so I'm a bit apprehensive. But got to start somewhere, I suppose. So, what's this all about? Well, there's a new Transformers movie coming out, as most of you probably know. Transformers 4, Age of Extinction. I have, over the years, had passing interest in Transformers in general. Not necessarily the toys, but, you know, the movies, you know, the cartoons, you know, comics and stuff. So I've been watching other YouTube reviewers reviewing, you know, Transformer toys on YouTube, and I quite, you know, got really into it and figured I'd have a go at it myself, but I'm not quite so sure about that now, but there we go. Anyway, I've looked at the new Age of Extinction toys that's come out with the first wave, and I've seen a few things, and I've bought a couple of toys, and I guess I better get on and review them, starting with this chap. Constructor Bots, Grimlock. Now, not ever having had anything to do with Transformers Constructor Bots before, this is a completely objective review of one of these toys. So here he is, Transformers Age of Extinction, Grimlock. Constructor Bot. So, what have I got to say about him? He's obviously construction kit. I'm not going to do a build video for these because lots of other people have done a build video. They take about, I don't know, 6.5, 7 minutes, maybe 8 minutes to build, depending on your modelling, construction kit skills. And I think, personally, he's quite good. What's there to say about him? I've got him in his Dino mode first, for obvious reasons, because, to be honest, I prefer him in this mode to his Robo mode. What can you say about him? Well, he's, posability, articulation, hasn't really got any. I mean, he's got a solid tail that you could probably move a little bit. He's got all his joints are ball joints, so he's got ball jointed legs, ball jointed feet. But really, when you're standing him up, because of the weight distribution, he's quite front heavy. You have to bend his legs like that, else he just wants to tip over. He's got the vestigial dino arms on the front. They're clipped into a fixed position, but you can, without unclipping the tail, you can unclip them and sort of move them around a bit for posing purposes, but there's not really much you can gain from that. Obviously, all these Constructor-Bot dinos have a gimmick. Grimlock is his dino chomping action, which by means of this blue plastic gear you can work his jaw. Now, because of this is the only articulation his jaw has got, or his head. It's a solid thing that's hinged with the jaw mechanism. Usually at rest have him with his jaw agape, but I have found that you can, if you lift the jaw up, press the jaw together and it stays put in the closed position, which is something, I suppose. But the head, otherwise, it doesn't move, so there's not really much you can say about that. Now, his dyno mode, I personally have a bit of an issue with it, and it's mainly these things, what I refer to as his bingo wings. Now these are basically his arms from robot mode. They just clip alongside his body, but they do stick out a country mile, and they kind of, especially the shoulder bits at the front, and I think they kind of ruin the lines of the robot. But there is a way you can fix this. Being a construct bot, you know, you can take it apart, put bits on of other robots on, and do whatever you want with it. So what I've found you can do, you can unclip the arms and take them off, and then you've got a much slimmer dyno, but it leaves a gaping gap here. But there is a way to fix that also. With his arms, if you take these armour bits off, right, I found that they will clip into the hilt of the sword. They sort of overlap a bit, but you know, you can clip them in, and they help to fill in the gap left by the arms. And apart from the you know, the ball joint bobbles at the front, he's a much slimmer looking dyno, and it helps his weight distribution as well. The only drawback with this is when you want to convert him to robo mode, you've got to put the arms back on. So guess we'll do that now. So clip it all back together. Straighten the legs out. Turn the feeties round. It says in the instructions you don't need to touch the head when you convert him from robo to dyno, but I like to turn the head around just to, you know, keep the front of the head and the visor out of sight, so you can bring it back round. Obviously these rubber covered ball joints are a bit of a pain, because every time you try to move a ball joint, they more often than not they pop off. I mean, it's easy enough to put them back on, but not really don't. And there we go. Grimlock in dyno mode. Now, he's alright. He's not bad. I quite like him. But all the dyno bot, constructor bots have got issues in my opinion, and Grimlock's one is this. His dyno chunk, the thing with the kibble gimmick. It's one big block of plastic, and it just slips down onto his back, and because of the gear it sticks out from his back, and you can take the gear off and it'll sit a little bit flusher, but not really much. So, articulation, obviously fully ball jointed. You can move everything. pretty much. And size wise, you know, it's not bad. It's quite big. Now obviously this is my first foray as an adult into Transformer toys, so I've not, apart from one toy that I've not really had anything to do with them, haven't got any others, so I've got nothing else to compare these guys with. But watching other people's videos, I would say size-wise, these things are equivalent size to a Voyager. You know, I mean, he's got, like, in dyno mode, he's like 8 inches tall. And for a size comparison, put him next to my Mecha Godzilla, and he's a bit bigger. So there we have it. Transformers Age of Extinction, Constructorbot, Dinobot, Grimlock. He's not a bad dude. I quite like him. I much prefer his Dino mode to his Robo mode. He's a decent size, you know, bit wibbly, and like I said, the ball joints sometimes, you know, when you're trying to move a limb, they have a tendency to pop off, but you know, like I said, you can just pop them back on. So there he is. Now these guys come in a box, and as you can see, he's a lot bigger than said box. So the size of these things and the price you pay for them here in the UK, which is £10.99, you know, just shy of 11 quid, I reckon they give you reasonable value for money. So if you're out there sort of hang on the fence wondering, oh, shall I get one of these or not, obviously I'm a new reviewer, this is my first review. You can take my opinion or leave it. There are plenty of other reviews out there of these toys that you can go and watch from much more established, better respected reviewers. So I personally say, yeah, he's worth a punt. I've got all three of the dinos, which I will review in turn. And out of the three, this guy is my favourite. Now, I know quite a few people who've reviewed them have, you know, said that Strafe is by far the best, but trust me, Strafe has got his issues as well. So I think for a complete package, warts and all, Grimlock is my fave. And there you have it, ladies and gents. This is my first review. This is me, Jason Wildernass, signing off. See ya.